let's just review the game. Let's just go. Let's head all the way back and what am I looking for? Let's go all the way back and let's find out what went horribly, horribly wrong. Normal stuff. Normal stuff. Wait, let me click the arrow key. Okay. Not gonna worry about these first moves. White just makes some approach move. I, even in two-stone handicaps, usually see this approach move, right? I guess this is a mirror. I don't have to show both of these. So I thought that was kind of interesting that White was just trying to break me up rather than build a framework for himself. I think that's probably a better handicap stone game idea. And then playing something a little less than completely normal. I don't think this would have been big enough to do at the time, because then White gets to say play wherever the heck he wants. So I wanted to go ahead and play wherever the heck I wanted. Yeah, so White goes for the submarine. Not a bad idea when you've got this, right? Frequently I see, I think, what is it? Is it this? This? Something like this, I think, is a thing that I frequently see. I don't know that I got that right. Or, right, there's this one. I think that's one. But White went for the corner. Why, I don't exactly know, but that worked out. So right now, White's looking at two corners. I mean, this one's not completely, but you know, roughly two corners. I was really considering this guy. This guy looks nice, right? Now I've got a framework, and White does not. I like it when I have a framework and White doesn't. But that's not what happened. I just chose this one. I don't know that I can say which one's better. Maybe you can. That was just me choosing to be all real active and then come back and play something like that. And here, yeah, White lets me set that up, and then this is my coming back to play it, because I didn't want to leave this guy alone, right? Now if I play this, this guy's kind of alone. Whereas, well, okay, here's the game. Whereas doing this, now if White plays this, this guy, we can call him separated. If I say play over here, let's say that this happens, we can call him separated, but he's more shapely. He's got more potential shape than this guy. I mean, they both have plenty of potential shape, right? Right? What is potential shape? You can just play those moves. But he can, you know, he can get out, he can get eye space in or near the corner. This is the game. White pincering this guy directly, right? Because I played here. White gets to play there. I just wanted to maintain a connection because I'm trying to follow my principles, right? Maintain a connection. Maintain a connection. So I do. White lets me. And there I go, making a connection. Deathly, deathly afraid of this getting cut off from this, and vice versa. And then White does this, right? He's just making me regret how I never played right smack dab in the middle of my stuff. I don't want him to get a base. He just wants to be out. Okay. So at this point, what am I afraid of? I'm afraid of the shape point that I didn't take. I'm afraid of if I play something, yeah, okay, let's say he goes there, and I don't know, do something like this or this. This, who knows? I'm afraid of him getting to getting to play right here. And look, his all his disparate stones, not quite so disparate. This was a handy little Sente move. So that's the reasoning behind my driving him away from my wall. I'm scared for my wall. I'm scared for my shape point that I don't have. White goes ahead and does the cross cut. We see this lovely little maneuvering. Not gonna think about that too much. Oh, and then he just has to be smart. Don't you hate it when your opponent does smart things? He did a smart thing. And I did a gote thing, right? This is not like, whoa, whoops. This would have been Sente, but would have been bad. I don't know that you can call moves Sente when they're just giving up stones. Because yes, you did force them to respond, but it would have been bad. This is not Sente. And so White gets to jump out, right? This was me being like, okay, I see. Weak group plus weak group equals we fightin'. We are adjacent weak groups. Let's go at it. I thought I was cool. I thought it was funny. I thought I was popular. And then he jumped out and over me. To which case, whereby all my delusions of grandeur immediately evaporated. And I realized how uncool I was, and I slinked into the corner. This is me slinking. Not like Slinky. I'm not as cool as him. And then I take my shape point. For what reason? So, this is a curious move. Why did White do this? My understanding of White's move was that he wanted to make it more difficult. More difficult for my group to get out. This was my understanding of what he was doing. He could have more directly done this, but I think he's also concerned about Black's development somewhere in this region, whereas now it's still a bit hazy as how Black's going to get out, and this move specifically. Whoops, you have to be using the right tool? Oh man. This move is nicer at making something at the bottom, preventing Black from making something at the bottom, right? This is a low stone between something black, something white. So why did I take my shape move there? Because of this guy, right? This is weak. What was I afraid of? Black plays anywhere else. I'm so sad now. He gets my shape move, and then what else does he get? He gets to make my stones run, right? And then I'm running while he's just being all jolly and happy, like Santa Claus, just skipping down the street, connecting all his stones together. I'm not having it. I'm not. Granted, this isn't exactly perfect either, right? But hey, at least then we've got a fight. At least he's not connected then. And then it's these two weak groups fighting, right? Here, I was curious about that white group, or that white move rather. Doesn't this look cool? Doesn't this look nice? Right, this is all fourth line. How nice would it be for White to get a third line stone over here? Because what I kept eyeballing all day long was this. I was like, ooh, if I get time, this is the move. If I get time, this is the move. If I get time, if being the operative word. Sucks to think about hypotheticals in your head when you've got real life to deal with. Ooh. I was also curious because now all of White's stones are low, as we'll see later. This does not get to develop, unfortunately. I would have been more interested in White doing something low here to interact with the high stones. Actually, scratch all that. Scratch all that. What I'm really interested in is White playing a shape move from this weak group that's not alive, or maybe just running. Running's fine. Shape moves are fine. He's still outside. You can sort of imagine this as behind this whatchamacallit line of black stones, which is one reason that I would have liked to see him just run with this urgently. I think one reason that he probably didn't is because black doesn't have a single move that seals this in. So white plays low here. I am not a fan of getting double approached. Are you a fan of getting double approached? I'm not. I'm not good at dealing with it. I'm not good at thinking about it. My brain turns to mush when I get double approached. It's like someone just gave me too much alcohol, and all of a sudden my judgment gets hazy, fuzzy, bad. Okay, now that that's established, white continues doing something territorial, which is curious. I would have expected something more like this, right? Now, along his third line stones, he's getting fourth line development. This is nice. This is nice. This has a good interaction. Or perhaps he was anticipating this, which has a similar effect, but it's a little better in the territory. Disco Waffles, not a fan of being approached at all. Being approached, I'm okay with being approached. It's a little different being approached in a game of Go where I've agreed that being approached will be on the table, whereas if I'm just walking down the street and someone approaches me, then I'm scared, I'm flustered. Ooh, social anxiety. But here we go. I was not interested in taking the corner because, I mean, these stones, they're just going to get good development out of that. If he takes the corner now, I'm still fine. I'm alive. I'm okay with moving in this direction and white moving in that direction. But, as I said, what I had been eyeballing all game long was this move. But then it's at this point when I realize, this is the move. And here's why. So, yes, we're giving white a bigger corner, right? If we play something like this and white, say, responds in this fashion, I don't know why he would do that. Just pretend. He's giving black something nice and beautiful while taking, 12 points? A roughly 12-point corner, give or take. I gave him a bigger corner, but what I wanted to do is have a single move that would seal this in and kill this, right? Because what I was looking at this point is how impotent the cap is. This space is quite a bit, and white can just run through it however he so pleases. In addition, he has moves over here that are threatening to connect to this. Actually, now that I look at that, that looks really bad and probably nothing to worry about. But so specifically, I wanted to... Okay, here, we'll come back to this. Here was what I wanted to do. Not this, not this, not this. This is what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was establish some stones here, and then... Actually, I don't know if this was what I want. Here's the problem. I'm in 20-second Byoyomi at this point. Here, I have 5 periods. Here, I have 4 periods. Oh, no. I ran out of a period because I'm bad at Byoyomi. Maybe now I'm thinking about how would this have gone. Maybe not super well either. As you may note, this connection... kind of flubbed up thanks to this guy. So I did end up pushing that way, which is not exactly consistent with the reason why I put these stones here in the first place. But now let's go back. Let's go back to what white did. So I established a thing here. What does black want after this? Something here, right? Duh, who knows? Instead, white gets that. And while there is this move saying, okay, white, what's going on? I'm going to try to connect with my stones. even if you get rid of my base here, it's not a big deal because I'm going to be out. That's not how I opted to play. I opted to say, okay, you're right, fine. If you're going to do that, these stones need a base. I'm crawling into the corner, which immediately is not good because if this happens, this still isn't good. But then, you know, there's things, which is probably why white followed up in this direction. White's threatening the connection underneath, to which I said, don't do that. Come on, man, don't do that. I wanted that. Not that I wanted that connection underneath. I wanted that, the whole your connection thing, I wanted that to not happen, specifically. Here, white jumps up and begins securing these two white stones, because as you'll note, when there are these two guys between this kind of thing and this kind of thing, especially this kind of thing, it's not great. So white makes it great. I make it great. White's alive, I'm alive, more or less. And then white does this. I don't actually know the purpose of this move. He's still got 5 minutes 50 seconds at this point. Well, he took 6 seconds to play this move. And it's Gote, and it's not big, it's not Sente. I don't know why he played it. If I'm looking at this position and I'm white, a move that I would have liked to be thinking of is something like this. Because, right, these stones are still so vulnerable. And the nice thing about these stones being vulnerable is it is indirectly making these stones less vulnerable. For example, black jumps up, white pursues. Black jumps up, white pursues. Black. Are you seeing a pattern? Are you seeing a pattern? This is a pattern specifically. This is a pattern, right? Is this not a pattern? Okay. So, yeah, that's why I'm not looking at this. That's why I'm looking at something like this. Yeah, black can make this not a connection, but it's a crosscut. No one's getting connected. Alternatively, not a connection, but we have the same thing going on. And now I think this is a little worse shape, right? We do have an empty triangle from black. And white's got threats. So that's a thing. Here we have me jumping up, following up with my original plan. Now that I look at that though, what would I have done here? I think this was a bad idea. This is tough. I think I've set myself up for failure. At this point, at move 75 in the game, I think I've already set myself up for failure. Because this connection is not great. This connection is not great. Pretend there's a white stone here. So no matter how I attack this, cool, I'm using all the tools right now. Triangle, square, letter. No matter how I attack that, I've got the number tool now. He's got things to do. He's got places to go. If I attack him from this side, he can threaten these 3 stones. If I attack him from this side, he can threaten these 4 stones. If I attack him from the top, he's got choices. Next level tooling. Yeah, look at me. Oh man, this is when new carpenter gets like too excited about his tool belt that he just got. That's me right now. I've set myself up for failure, is what I'm saying. And I think the reason why I did this was because I was afraid of these 4 stones. I was not as afraid for these 3, for no particular reason. I should be fearing for both of them. Fortunately, white jumps up directly and allows me to do this. And then pushes from behind. I really didn't know how he was going to respond to this. I was afraid. I did it anyway. It sucks to be in 20-second Byo-Yomi. He's pushing from behind, he's pushing from behind, he's pushing from behind. The reason why I'm ecstatic at this point is because I've got this next level tooling. Yeah, Lorax. And he's got this. What? It would seem to me that if I get enough influence, if I get enough power around here, that this guy may or may not start to sweat, start to worry, ooh, is it getting hot in here? That sort of thing. So here he makes this connection, but as we may know, the bent knight's move to knight's move is not a great connection, right? Because if you envision this, which this is the game, and if you pretend that white plays away, right, this sort of thing. So of course white doesn't play away. White wants to maintain his big heavy group. That's also a nasty thing that ended up happening, which is I was really wondering how he would respond to this, because there's the heavy response, right, of this, and there's the light response of something like this, or again something like this. Of course, then this guy might have something nicer to run to. Bad things. Whoa, let's slow down. Those aren't real moves. And he responded heavily, which was curious to me. So he has not the most ideal connection in the world, and this was a time Suji. We'll ignore this exchange. And I went through. Here we have the push and the cut. The push and the cut. What a simple, nice little what do you call that? Little technique, little tactic that everyone always uses. We set ourselves up for a push and a cut, and it's working nicely. The problem with this is now I'm not, but I should be super fearful about this. And I actually think I could have lost here straight away. If white was just like, that's not the important cutting stone. What? That's the dumb, stupid, limp, weak cutting stone that I'm not going to pay attention to. These are the cutting stones, right? And played something up here. I think I would have lost pretty much immediately, directly. Fortunately for me, both white and I are Q players, and that's not what happens. We have not the greatest level of awareness as to what's going on all over the place. What am I saying all over the place? This is right here, right now. But you get it. We get kind of sidetracked. We see, oh, that's, wait. Oh, that's the new cutting stone. Yeah. That's what I'm attracted to. That's what I'm interested in. Let's go. When these old stones that have already been put on the board are kind of asking to die. So one nice thing about us pretending that these stones are alive is that this group is looking rather cyclopsy, is it not? It's looking kind of cycloptic. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Can I say cycloptic? Cycloptic? Can I invent words? I don't know. I mean, it's English. We allow people to do that, right? Here, I'm strengthening what I perceive to be the weak cutting stones. Unbeknownst to me, this move is so right there. It's okay, because it's unbeknownst to white, too. And white continues to push me from behind. I jump up. I'm wondering if I should have played one more move than jumped up. I don't know why I'm wondering that. That's just a thought that passes through my head. But, you know, the reason why I jump and not just keep going is, one, this is not exactly a location of the board when I want to be super heavy. We're in the middle. If you look at this, I'm more or less in the middle of white influence. White. Yeah, I've got black stuff over here, but it's way over here, and it's not like white doesn't have moves like this. Or just like this, right? And that's kind of scary. But the other reason is to, be like, remember how you're pushing me from behind? Well, this is like, oh, let me, really show you how you're pushing me from behind. I can jump. White goes ahead and jumps 2. I did not expect that. I don't think this is optimal. If I'm white right now, moves that I'm considering are just this, are this dude, are probably not this. Yeah, probably not that. But I don't really know. So here's what happened. It made me particularly thrilled because I got to do this. Now this was actually a question move, because if he does this and I say follow up what I said I would do by playing this move, by going over here, and he does this, who's to say we don't get into some kind of capturing race? Oh wait, never mind. Ignore everything. But what I thought was, let's say we get into something like this. Who's to say we don't get into a capturing race, this group against this group, where you've clearly got more liberties. I mean, I guess I have jumping out moves like this, but so do you. That's a scary fight that I don't want to get into. Fortunately for me, when I play this Atari, right, and not this Atari, because this would be the safe, sane, normal Atari. This is how a normal person plays Go. Maybe how I should have played Go. I didn't do that. I tarred from this side, just crossing my fingers, and hoping that he would play there. I should not do that, I think. What I was hoping, so this was kind of a psychological move, for the reason that up until this point, what have we been doing? We've been determining whether or not this stick lives or dies, right? So white's in like, oh my god, I'm running, that kind of mode, right? And black's in attacking mode, right? So psychologically, when black gets to play a move like this one, white's in, I think this is me just taking advantage of white thinking, oh crap, I need to run, and not thinking, oh, this is a good time to turn the tables, which you can't really do all the time. All right, thank you, Lorax, and goodbye. White, let's see, Lemons Are Sour says white wedge at L7 instead of G8. Let's see, where was G8? Right, there's G8, L7. I was so afraid of this the whole time too, right? Because what am I to do? There's this, and then really I don't have a choice but to fix on this side, because if I fix on this side in any manner, bad things happen, right? This is bad things. I don't like this at all. This is gonna end so badly. If I try to strengthen the stones that are kind of inevitably gonna die, what do? Do I give this up? No, I don't want to do that. What was the purpose of this all? This was all to do the stick thing. I have to not let him live so super easily, and then I mean, these now three stones aren't gonna die, and there's no connection here. No matter what I play, this will not get a connection. What? I'm playing too fast. This will not get a connection. Wait. Oh. Okay. I'm playing too fast. I'm gonna slow down. We're gonna slow down, and we're gonna analyze what happens when black tries to connect from these stones to this group. But first, let me just say that these four stones are looking bad. Let's say, miraculously, there is a connection here. Well, now what? Oh, no! We ruined everything! And then, but okay, let's slow down. Let me slow down and see if I see a viable way to get connected, in this department. I think Oh, wait, whoops. This is not a bad move, I think. Because if white doesn't play, what is this, n5, if white doesn't play that move, anything else that he plays is going to permit this, which won't be disconnected because this has enough liberties. Yeah, O5 does look okay. If he does play this, and black plays this way, there's this, where, I don't know, let's say white even gets to take these 3 stones. Whoa. I mean, gets to play around here, but he wouldn't want to do that. Let's just say that, I mean, if we play anything that saves these 2 stones, then, we have, what? Oh, I need to look. If we play anything that saves these 2 stones, we have, oh, this is strange. This is strange. Yeah, I think this move is fine for white. Black can't just save this, because this is going to be a problem. Whoops, because this is going to be a problem. Whereby, what is black to do? Oh. Whoops, there's that. Okay. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you're more interested in this position, you can pause it and copy it down on your own Go boards. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Gonna try not to get caught up on certain things. So yes, that is a very concerning wedge, because even if these 2 stones get connected over here, then we saw this stick is going to be in big trouble if this is a Gote connection. So here is what happens, right? And then this is just a psychological move that probably wouldn't work on higher level players. Probably not on Don level players. A Don level player would probably be like, oh, you just gave me an opportunity to turn the tables. Now, instead of me having to run my stick, we're going to fight, and I'm going to go ahead and be confident about it. Whereas here, white's still in running mode. He's still fearful, he's still frightened, and he lets me take this stone just so that he can get a connection. And then he plays this, which I thought of as small. Because, right, white's playing this. What if right now he played a development move on the bottom? Because we see this is kind of wide and black's got a nice wall over here. I think this is an important piece of the board to play on. What's black gonna do? Okay, there might be things actually. I suppose I need to look harder. There are most definitely things. Okay, fair enough. Maybe that wasn't small. Whoops. Excuse me. White played this move very appropriately. And the problem with having to play this move, being forced to connect in Gote, is that I get to mess with these 3 stones, which are vulnerable. I'm considering what would the result have been if I had played over here to mess with these stones, because he attached on top. I interpret this attachment as kind of happening from here. Right, wait, where are we talking about? J13. Yes. Yeah. These 3 stones, I was so worried about this kind of thing. We'll come back to that in a sec. There's also this cut for black. because if white connects here, right, if white connects here, right, right, right. Granted, these two stones have to be a bit stronger first. So that cut's not exactly available yet because of the weakness present in these two stones. Here, we're getting into a fight. I'm not going to go over this fight in super detail because I already kind of got caught up with that other thing. Just going to brush over it. I am going to say what I expected to happen was something along the lines of this, right? White ends up being fine, yet low, rather low, and you know, this connection will be fine but low if it happens. If it doesn't, it's just points, not a big deal. This is what I expected. White gave me a better result than I was looking for, which was this. Also here, I think I don't see a problem with white just playing on the third line, but he opts not to. And that gives us some points. I misread this. I thought that this was some kind of cool Sente thing, but it wasn't. White plays down here. I did not respond again because I thought that that would be too small. I think that this is too small at this stage in the game. We are only on move 125. Here, I was going for 1, strengthening these two stones. Aiming at this cut. 2, actually, honestly, I don't know if I was aiming at this cut at this point in the game. But if we observe this group, it has one eye. Granted, it doesn't get this connection. I'm forcing it to create a second eye and live locally. He goes ahead and plays this, which I did not expect at all. And then we get into an interesting exchange of moves that I did not see coming. And that's this, where I get to take these 3 stones, and he's forced to live on the side. I really thought he was going to turn this into an eye, and none of that was going to happen. But sure enough, this happens, and now this is an important note for later on. With these 3 stones gone, this black group is now connected to all see, like, every black stone on the bottom half of the board, right? Now every black stone is connected, kind of. Okay, kind of. I know, kind of. White goes ahead and makes it very apparent that these 4 stones have a terrible connection to the rest of the stones. I'm really interested in why he didn't do this. Right? Is that not interesting? Is that not super interesting? Maybe he thought this was bigger. I mean, that's a legitimate reason. And then he didn't follow it up, which was also curious, because 1, now this stone isn't connected, and 2, I believe he has opportunities to do something around here to manage to keep these guys disconnected and therefore dead. He goes for this disconnection, which I interpreted as small because this guy has 2 eyes. This guy is... Pretend all these stones are connected. This guy is, I think, going to have 2 eyes down here somehow. So I went ahead and played on his shape point. He made this attachment. I was not in a position to play a move like this. I don't know why I did this. It's at this point that what I was really hoping for was something like this. But that's a fantasy where he has 1 eye and I just got all that. That's totally a fantasy. Ignore that. He connects. He does the smart thing. These guys have to connect lest they want to die. Actually, that's not dead. What? I was looking at this wrong. Oh, but sure enough, no, it can't be. Okay, I misread that. I thought that if I didn't get this stone in, that this was going to kill, right? Because, oh no, 2 liberties to 3 liberties? However will I live? Wow, there's black stones right there. I need to look with my eyes and not with my butt. So here we go. I did create 1 eye, because it's at this point that I'm looking at this cut. Okay, so at this point I can say that I'm looking at the cut. That's why I gave him 1 eye. And then we do this. So now he's disconnected, right? And now this doesn't work. Do you see why this doesn't work? Well, okay, of course you see why it doesn't work. It's pretty apparent. It's staring us all in the face. And then we have this little guy going on happening. I wasn't threatened by this because of just how dead these 3 stones are. They're very, very dead. But I did want to make sure that I wouldn't have to worry about these ever, because let's pretend that white gets both these moves. How he got both, and I don't know. Then this has 4 liberties, right? White has maybe ample liberties here. I didn't want to get into a position where I'm like a liberty ahead and we're really close and I could die. So that's why I played there. I just wanted to be super, super, super safe. It's possibly an unnecessary move. White, I think, is threatening to take these guys, so I prevent that from happening. White's going for a connection. While poking out this eye, I have to stay connected because I don't want bad things to happen. And then we have this. There is no connection. Now, right, black still got 1 eye. White poked out an eye, but I'm connected, so it's not a big deal or anything. I think white's just sort of fledgling around, trying to make something work, because sometimes you get into panic mode, and this is what happens, which is not a good thing. If ever you find yourself in panic mode, I understand he is in 20-second Byoyomi, but let's say for some reason you're not in 20-second Byoyomi, and you're white in this stage of the game, it's probably not ideal to, without reading, flail your arms and legs, trying to make something work. It's much better to calm down, chill, and be like, okay, I can live, but I need to read. Because a lot of these moves are just solidifying black. Yeah, he like took out a couple black points, but more or less just solidifying black. Had to prevent this disconnection so that now this guy is still dying. But you'll note, what's going on with these guys? And, oh, okay, white doesn't note that just yet. White's still interested in cutting this off, maybe creating a liberty problem between this black dude and these guys, but that doesn't exactly come to fruition, because here we are at this point. I think I just lost here on time, because I'm not good and not losing on time. No! I lost on time here. And I just wanted to look at a couple of... This is the move that I was really looking at. It doesn't work. Because this, right? I was looking at like, oh, hey, he can't disconnect me like that because that's self-Atari. It doesn't work. Nope. It doesn't work. The only move that works is this guy. Unfortunately... whoops, where are we? This might be terrible and ugly too, because, okay, first of all, remember J13? Remember when Lemons Are Sour was mentioning that it's complicated position because there's the J13 cut? Well, he was right. I think if I didn't lose on time here, he was going to capture these stones. Right, let's say that I don't know, did something like this. Which, A, is terrible, because it looks like everything black is going to die in this region, and B, let's say miraculously, who's got a label tool? Stones A through F do not, right? All those pretty disparate looking guys now, granted how strong white is. Pretend they don't die. I have no idea how they don't die. And white gets this move, or say this move. I don't know what's happening. Okay, fine. Maybe there's that, but oh wait, no, is that not even, because, whoops, where am I going? Because this is Atari. Oh. Right. Never mind. I was right the first time. This is just a super complicated position. If you want to recreate a position like this on your own boards, whoops, feel free to pause it at a point in time. At a point in time. I think what maybe would have been most interesting is this, right? Is this like, no, geez, I really don't know. Never mind. I really don't know. Well, no, even this, right? Okay, there keeps being this move to take. But I don't know. Pretend that black really wanted that. God, this is such a mess. This is such a mess. I have no idea what's gonna happen. It looks to me like black just died hard. Like I was setting myself up to lose because of how not eye-shapely all this stuff was. Alright, with that being said, are there any questions? Are there any questions about this game? There's some delay. I'll let that happen. Yes, no. If not, with that being said, I hope that you found this game useful. I hope that my explanations are accessible. I hope that my idea of fundamental principles in Go transfers onto your games at whatever level, right? High level, low level. I thought I did bad that game. I think I definitely could have done things better. I think I learned a lot, if nothing else. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 2:30 Central Time. And then next week, I think I'm not going to be doing any videos because I have family flying in, that sort of thing. All right. I think we're good. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying with me. Ooh. Have a good rest of your Thursday.